Today we're going to make Shrimp Saganaki. This is an amazing, flavorful Greek dish. Here are all the ingredients. Let's get into it right now. I always like to go over the ingredients with you. There's a lot here, but it's a really easy, simple dish, and this is actually a really quick dish. That's why I love shrimp recipes. They're so quick. This is a dish that you would find in a Greek restaurant, definitely like a Greek-American restaurant. So I'm in Long Island, you can probably tell by my accent, and you will find this dish.
It's on Long Island. You just upset a whole lot of people.
I did. So maybe they don't even think I am on Long Island. Maybe they think I'm an imposter that just likes to make myself sound like an annoying Long Islander, right? Anyway, this dish is in a lot of restaurants. Typically, Saganaki, Tara, will be what? What is like the real dish?
Saganaki usually refers to a type of Greek cheese. So it could be halloumi, kasseri, kefalotiri, or sheep's milk feta. And it's usually flambéed in restaurants. But for the purposes of this dish, while there is cheese in it, it's referring to like the whole cohesive dish.
But this one is with shrimp. We're gonna use U26 shrimp. I have 2 pounds of them. Now, I took out the tails. I took the tails off of most of them, but I am telling you, and you know, this is like a recurring theme on this channel, there's this contingent of offended people whenever I use tails. Tails make it look better. But for this one, because it's all a mess in the sauce and everything, it probably is better to take them off. Do whatever you like. I did leave on some to annoy those people still. So I have pita here. Now these aren't the good pita. We should have got the better pita. I don't know, we were at Whole Foods. This place, Whole Foods, driving me nuts lately. These will do, but you want more of the better ones from the Greek restaurant. For the shrimp, we're also gonna add in 1 teaspoon of Diamond Crystal Kosher salt, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper. A little bit of olive oil we'll put in there too. Just like a little brine. We always do that with shrimp. A little bit of baking soda, make them plumper. For the sauce, cherry tomatoes. I have 12 ounces of cherry tomatoes. That's a dry pint. When you buy them in a container, in the United States of America, they will always be sold that way. If you're not in the United States, just use 12 ounces, 13 ounces, 14 ounces. I have 14 ounces of diced tomatoes here. And this is like a typical unit size where these come in. So you only need a 14-ounce amount. Olive oil, in addition to the olive oil on the shrimp, we're gonna use more olive oil to make the sauce. We have 1 medium onion diced. That looks like a large onion though. It'll be fine, it's good. This dish is great with a lot of onion and garlic. I have 8 cloves. This looks more like 15 cloves sliced. Lemons will be at the end for serving on top of it. Feta will bake in the oven with the sauce. We have about 1/3 cup of kalamata olives. I just kind of sliced them. Make sure that all the pits are removed from them. Don't want anybody to bite down on it. 1/2 cup of dry white wine. You can also use Ouzo, which is Greek. Ouzo, I would use a 1/4 cup. So Ouzo is like a strong alcohol. It's 80 proof or 90 proof liquor. This wine is like much less. So I would go probably 1/2 cup dry white wine or 1/4 cup Ouzo. The recipe says Ouzo because that's what I used the first time. Honey, 1 tablespoon. Another bit of hot red pepper flakes, it's probably about a 1/2 teaspoon, and then 2 teaspoons of Greek dried oregano, because we're making a Greek dish. Let's brine the shrimp and start searing them up right now. A little bit of olive oil, extra virgin or regular, 2 tablespoons. Here's the mixture that we have of 1 teaspoon Diamond Crystal Kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes. Let's just put it in here. I want to mix all of this in here really well. Distribute that salt, the hot red pepper, and the baking soda. I think we need more hot red pepper in here. Just let this sit off to the side for about 10 minutes. That's all you got to do. 10 minutes, up to 30, I'd say. You know, if you leave it too long, it'll start like you can't like marinate shrimp overnight. You can't do anything like that. It'll start cooking, like breaking down. Okay, everything comes together quickly, so you can already at this time, or you can wait 10 minutes, set your broiler to high, the regular broil setting, and to keep the pan 6 inches from the top. So what that means is 2 levels down roughly in your broiler. Because if you put it at the top rack, the pan's gonna be like, this thick pan's gonna almost be touching, all right? So we're gonna heat up our pan. touch more than medium heat. Let's let this heat up for about 3 minutes. What I forgot to tell you was I sliced these cherry tomatoes. The recipe says that, but I forgot to do it, so they're halved. But you can quarter them too if you want. You don't have to just halve them. And then I like these little ones on the vine. I'll put them on top. You'll see it. You'll see when we do it. So that is smoking. That's hot. A little bit of oil. You know, this is a well-seasoned cast iron, but you can use any pan you want. This is a one-pan dish. We're gonna make everything in here. So I'm just gonna put in half of them now. I'm not gonna try to do them all. Okay. We're just gonna get a little bit of color on these. Just spread them out and get them to touch, and then don't move them anymore. We're only gonna sear them on each side for about 30 seconds. They're not gonna cook all the way through. And then we will put them in a dish and tent with foil. See, like I'm turning them already right away. We're gonna broil this in the sauce for like 6 minutes. We don't wanna cook the shrimp too much. Okay, another 30 seconds. That's it. Okay, they're not cooked all the way, but that's okay. Just put them in here. A little bit more oil, and then we'll do second batch. Take this off to the side and tent with foil. Now turn the heat down a little bit below medium just for a second, or you can let the pan just cool down. I'm gonna put more olive oil down, about 1/4 cup. I'm gonna put the onion down right away. Sprinkle of salt. Mix it around, and we're gonna cook these over medium heat until they get soft, about 7 minutes, give or take. If you didn't want to wait for your pan to cool that much, like I didn't, and you want to just cool it down more, just take a little bit of water. Just a drop. This is just from the onion bowl, okay? Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. The onions look pretty good. Here's all the garlic. Now, the recipe says 8 cloves sliced, but this looks like more. But you can put as much garlic or as little garlic as you like. Putting an extra clove in does not ruin the dish, or 2 cloves or whatnot. All right, we're gonna keep cooking this and let it get nice and soft, the garlic, and fragrant. Okay, so that's been about 3 minutes on that garlic, and that's getting golden, and the onions are great. Half a teaspoon crushed red pepper, but again, I already put more in the shrimp if you want. If you like even more, use more. Put it right in the oil there, and that'll just permeate that oil. It'll heat up everything nicely. Okay, just a couple seconds like that. That's all you gotta do. And then, again, 1/4 cup of Ouzo or 1/2 cup of dry white wine. If you can't have alcohol, just omit this completely. All right, just keep your head back. And now you can turn the heat up. Okay, let this cook out for about 30 seconds, a minute, just till it reduces somewhat. That's good, and now you can add these tomatoes in, these beautiful tomatoes. Okay, let's let this cook for a few minutes. Bring that sauce to a lively simmer, which is what it's doing. Okay, and then here's the oregano. That's 2 teaspoons of Greek oregano, but you can use some that just says oregano. And then this is 1 tablespoon of honey. Get one of my baby spatulas to do it. My daughter got this as a gift when she was like 5, and we found these the other day, and I was like, oh, these will come in handy. All right, that's very good, lively simmer. Now that a lot of the liquid is evaporating, we can lower this down to about a 4 out of 10. So a little bit below medium, just a very low simmer here. We'll let it go for about another 5-10 minutes till we evaporate some of this liquid, okay? You can see here how most of the liquid is evaporated from it. More will come out of the tomatoes when we put it in the broiler. Let's taste this sauce right now and season it up right. Now, the one thing that I want to warn you about, since we're putting in a lot of feta, don't go crazy on the salt. That's the one thing I would go easy on. All right, I can just take a little bit of liquid there. That's all I need. Flavor is delicious. Yeah, I don't need to do anything. Maybe a touch of salt, but just a touch because we're going to put a lot of feta in. So I'm going to lower the heat basically to off. Doesn't even matter right now. You can turn it off. So these shrimp, like we just seared them before, but these are like, a lot of these shrimp are raw on the inside still. Like these are not cooked, okay? That ain't cooked. You know, they'll be like mushy, you'll get sick. But we just want to get a little color on them because if we just throw all the shrimp in with the sauce, they wouldn't get any color, all right? Let's mix them all in. And I'm just gonna like try to coat the tomatoes on there. So like the ones with the tails, you can maybe stick those tails up a little bit. I removed most of the tails, so there's not too many tails here. Okay, just try to evenly distribute this. And kalamata olives, I have 1/3 of a cup, right? 1/3, yeah. You could chop them up more than this if you want. I think I chopped them up more the first time, but that's good. Let's take about that much to start. And you know, if you buy the crumbles for the feta, it's easier. I would just do that. And then these tomatoes, you don't need to do this at all, but if you bought them and they were on the vine, just plop one like this, one like that, and it'll look really nice. And you'll impress your guests or whoever. 5-6 minutes in the broiler, that's all it needs. It's gonna get just beautiful, you'll see. We'll be right back. For doneness, you can just touch it or you can just eat one. Just the trick here is like, you don't want to overcook them, but you want it to be broiled enough. Maybe it could have been broiled for 1 more minute, but I actually kind of think it's kind of perfect like that. So parsley, you can just take a couple pieces for garnish, or you can do a bunch and you can mince it. I just kind of like to do a couple like this. I'm always thinking about pictures because I take a lot of pictures. The thumbnail is probably why you clicked on this video, okay? So I'm always doing that. So for presentation, kind of just doing one side with the parsley looks better than putting it all universally around. For taste though, mince it, put it everywhere. We're gonna serve this up and bring the taste tester down. Taste tester, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Where were you before this?
Track.
Track? Did you do a lot of laps today?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Well, I got pita for you too, for the sauce.
Is this a Greek dish?
Yes. Here, I just dipped a little bit in the sauce for you with the pita. That might be a little hot. Oh, and lemons too. You're supposed to squeeze lemons on it. I forgot to do that. Do you want any lemon, James? Yeah?
Yeah.
I think that just makes it better. Like brightens it up. So what do you think?
It's very good. It's not spicy though. Was it supposed to be spicy?
Not too spicy.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't really get any spice.
No, it's not supposed to be too spicy. Let me just try one so I can see where he's coming from. I know what I think. You tell me what you think. What does it get?
I think it's very good. The only thing that I would say is that it doesn't have spice.
I definitely got some spice there.
Well, it has seasoning, but it doesn't have like spiciness. So it's very, very solid, but it's not like on the same level as like some other dishes that you made. Just cause like I wanted it to be like a little more spicy. Like what's that pasta they made the other night? Fra Diavolo?
Yeah.
I think it should be like.
Well, that's supposed to be spicier.
Is this not supposed to be spicy?
No, so shrimp Fra Diavolo means from the devil. So it's a spicy dish. This is more not really supposed to be, though some will have spice in it.
Okay, so you told me to get a cup of water because it was going to be spicy.
Well, I also thought it might have been hot while you were eating too and burn your mouth.
You know, if it's not actually supposed to be spicy, I'm going to give it a 9.
Okay.
Okay. But still not a 10.
All right, well, thanks for that 9, and we will see you next time. Remember, when he finishes the dish, that does not have any bearing on what he's going to give it.